Welcome to a brand new episode of the Malaga Insiders, and it's not a normal episode. It's the time the Dutch take over. It's double Dutch episode because it's only Dutch people on the podcast today. Me as Chris Marquez, and I'm joined today by Tony. Welcome, Tony, to a brand new Malaga Insiders.
Nice to be here again, another week. Double touch, so yeah, let's go.
Double Dutch. We should do it in Dutch though.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, maybe not. Uh, but before we talk about Malaga, we will talk about something about the province of Malaga. And what you all have noticed probably this week that it's the Malaga Fair. So we're going to talk. I'll do a bit on the Malaga Fair this week. So I hope you enjoy this part. The Feria de Málaga, a festival of light, history, and tradition. Every August, the city of Malaga bursts into life with the Feria de Málaga, one of the most vibrant summer festivals in Spain, for 9 days and nights. Locals and visitors alike gather to celebrate with music, dance, food, and centuries-old traditions that blend history with modern festivity. The Feria trace its roots back to August 19th, 1487, when Malaga was incorporated into the crown of Castilla. The Catholic monarchs decreed that the city should hold a celebration each year to commemorate this event. Over time, this solemn remembrance transformed into a joyous, colorful fair, deeply connected to the Andalusian culture and identity. The Feria de Málaga 2025 starts, well, this year. The Feria runs from Saturday 16th of August with a spectacular opening night celebration on Friday 15th August. The inaugural, how do you say that? Inaugural evening features fireworks and drone show over the Mediterranean, filling the sky with over 6,000 effects, 300 drones, and a soundtrack that pays homage to Malaga's musical heritage. From Marisol to Pablo Alboran, it marks the official start of a week where the city becomes La Capital de la Felicidad, as this year's pregonero writer Javier Castillo declared. During the day, the heart of the city, El Centro Histórico, becomes the stage for celebrations. Streets and squares are draped with decorations and balconies flutter with festive flags. Here, the tradition is to gather in bars and open air spaces, enjoying tapas, fried fish, and Malaga's famous sweet wine. Music fills the street from flamenco to verdiales, a unique folk style from Malaga's mountains. Locals and visitors often dress in traditional attire, women in vibrant trajes de gitana flamenco dresses, and men in elegant Andalusian shirts. Dancing in the streets is not just encouraged, it's inevitable. As the sun sets, the feria shifts to El Real de Cortijo de Torres, a huge fairground just outside the city center. Here, the atmosphere is more carnival like. Rows of casetas tents, which offer food, drinks, and live music, while amusement rides light up the night sky for families and thrill seekers alike. Unlike Sevilla's fair, where casetas are all often private, Malaga's are mostly open to everyone, making the celebration more inclusive. This year, El Real offers 98 amusement rides, 242 food and game stalls, and 117 public casetas, ensuring that every visitor, whether a child, a family, or a group of friends, finds a corner to enjoy. A highlight of 2025 is the brand new Portada, the entrance arch to the fairground, inspired by the Kiosco del Embarcadero de la Reina, a pavilion built in 1862 to welcome Queen Isabella II. To welcome Queen Isabella II. The structure is both a nod to history and a marvel of modern design. It rises 29 meters to the dome, 37 with the flag, and stretches 40 meters wide. Adorned with 145,000 LED lights, it's part of an eco-friendly illumination system that reduces light pollution by 93% and saves 60% in energy. For the first time in Malaga's history, visitors can walk inside the arch, exploring luminous gallery space with views over the fairground. The investment of nearly 287,000 euros has transformed the arch into not just an entrance, but an attraction itself. It's a shining symbol of Malaga's creativity and pride. Um, Beyond the arch, El Real dazzles under 2.5 million lights, with several streets boasting custom designed motifs that make each paseo unique. Throughout the Feria, several traditions stand out. The Romeria, the pilgrimage. Before the fair officially begins, local carry the flag of Malaga on horseback and carriages to the sanctuary of the Virgin of the Victoria, the city's patron saint. There's of course music and dances, flamenco, verdiales, sevillanas, and modern pop coexist, showing Malaga's ability to honor the past while embracing the present. And there's always, of course, the fireworks and the light show. The ferry always begins with a spectacle, and 2025 introduces cutting edge technology like drones alongside traditions pyrotechnics. So, uh, what's left to say? Because I'm not finished yet. The Feria of Malaga is not only about fun, it is a mirror of the city itself. It blends history with modern culture, solemn commemoration with laughter, and traditional Andalusian roots with cosmopolitan energy. Whether you're sipping a glass of Cartagal wine in the bustling centro at midday or walking through the glowing new entrance arch at the Real after midnight, the Feria de Malaga tells the story of a city that celebrates its past while dancing towards the future. Ever been to the Feria de Malaga, Tony?
Yeah, I've been a couple of times, and normally combine it with the opening game of Malaga if they play at home. And yeah, it's very nice thing to do and to go out to. Massive, so many people on the streets, everyone drinking, dancing, having fun. Something I really like to do. And also what I really like about the ferry is always the in Calle Larios, you have the big entry gate there as well. And every year they have a lovely design. And I think this year it looks great as well.
It does. I can truly say I love every feria in Andalusia, or in this in the let's say in the province of Malaga. But the one which is always special in the province is the one of Malaga itself, which is the biggest, and both the Centro as the Real are quite a nice way to go. Which brings us to the opening day of the feria, which was on Saturday, and that was also the day Malaga started against Eibar. Shall we do a quick overview of our match against Eibar? What did you think of the start?
Well, I think we started out very well. I couldn't watch the first 35 minutes, but I had the radio on and listened to Radio Marca, and that was what I heard. It was they played very well, and we were creating chances. I had people in the stadium telling me that as well. We were energetic. We're going out there and going off a chance with Puga on the right, where there was that handball, and then that shot, and then a couple of more chances of Malaga. And what I heard, the very first half was very energetic, very good, and something that that's the line to follow. And then obviously the second half is when it dipped a little bit, and they was scored then. But we got back good after. We can see it's the first game of the season. The legs are a little bit more heavy at the end of the game.
So the starting 11 of Malaga, Herrero on goal. I don't think it's a surprise, but maybe after his injury,
Yeah.
head injury. But he was back on goal. Carlos Puga, Pastor, La Rubia, Dotor, Victor, Luismi, Montero, Nino, Lobete, and Isan. Those were the starting 11 for Malaga. Um, as you said, I think the first half was pretty good. Malaga didn't create real chances, but I think we controlled the whole first half, and Eibar didn't get any chances. So my expectations for the second half, when Malaga was playing towards Van der Sur, were actually really good until Eibar scored, and from then on, I don't know. I what I find hard is you play such a good match against Betis Sevilla, and you really dominate that match. How in a week time can you lose or not lose? Can you play 1-1 against Eibar, who have not well, they don't have a team ready. There are a lot of problems at Eibar. We discussed it the other week.
Yeah.
How's it possible? Explain us, Tony, because I
I
don't know.
think I think it's probably the pressure maybe because at the end of the day against Betis it's a friendly, even though it's the Costa del Sol trophy. It's still a friendly. Betis probably didn't give the 100% like they used to do, so that is maybe the biggest difference. But apart from that, I feel like Malaga played maybe a little bit more safe now because now it's something serious and not like the preseason where we just went out on attack, played nice football. And I think like probably the second half, it kind of fell in a little bit. Of course, also Puga was substitute out, and Puga brings a lot of energy on the right wing. Uh, but then when Joaquin came in, I really liked Joaquin. Second half, brings an energy. No idea why he didn't start. Maybe not fit enough. Same as Danny Sanchez. Uh, but for the rest, is yeah, it's I don't really know why. It's probably just heavy legs, long preseason, a lot of games, a lot of kilometers made. So probably that, and Eibar as well, team that defends back, looks for that goal on the off play. So that's probably
I think, and there are two players who stand out for me in Malaga in a bad way. There was when Chupete came on. I mean, I had critiques about him last season, but then towards the end of the season, he showed me wrong, and he showed that he is a quality player. But I didn't see it last Saturday. He was, he looked, I don't know, he looked tired. He was walking over the pitch, didn't get any chances, but also wasn't participating in the match. I saw him walking a lot around the pitch, not the Chupete we know. Is that something you've noticed as well, or
mm, a little bit, but that's maybe also he's not maybe fit enough after the preseason. Maybe heavy legs, because I do think Chupete works good off the ball. I think when he came in, it's when Nino as well got more space, because Chupete does drag the defenders around. So I can partially agree with that. Also think maybe he's not fit enough, but I do have fully believe in Chupete to carry us this season in the strikers. Same with Nino.
and there's also another player that stood out for me, not maybe the best way. That is Victor.
Yeah.
I don't know what to because I think he's not a bad player. He has his good matches, but this just wasn't his moment of the season. Every ball into the box he gave, no one reaches another Malaga player.
No. But I think that's the same issue he had kind of last year because in Primera Ref, it was way obvious that he was the starting left back over Danny Sanchez.
Hmm.
But I think maybe with now more space, Danny Sanchez is definitely the better left back. And I think definitely Danny Sanchez has quality that Victor doesn't have. And Victor does have his good games. And he can have a very good cross, but it's just not always there.
Do you
And
think
it's just
Victor that Dani Sanchez should be over Victor?
For me, 100%. Yeah.
Strange, because when Malaga played in Primera RFF, we weren't that such a big fan on Dani Sanchez.
No.
I think last season he really proved himself that he's actual great player, and he should be, in my opinion as well, the starting back for Malaga. What do you think about the goal of Nino?
I think the Golf Nino shows the quality that he has. That out of uh, a wrong ball of Eibar, that he can just take it on the first shot. What is a difficult position to shoot from? Straight away shoot it in the back. I think that shows the quality that he has. I think it's a great goal, good shot, and I think that is the quality that he has, the striker that he can be for us.
I think the way he puts it around the keeper, that what makes me see like the great player he is or can be. Because instead of, I don't know, putting it low around the keeper, he goes for the, how do you call it? Like the high.
The high shot, the direct shot.
Yeah, he really puts it back in the net in an incredible way. Um, Maybe what's even more important was the quality to what you, as you said, to get that ball from that mistake from Eibar. He was alert. He got that ball, and he took the chance, and he scored. Overall, are you happy with the 1-1 against Eibar?
I am pretty happy with the 1-1. Obviously, a win would have been better. I think it's what the good preseason should have deserved, a good win in the first opening game. But I'm also not unhappy with the draw. I think Eibar is still a good team that will always fight to go up. They've got good defenders that are there to play hard. Could see it in how they defended, also with their goal. So with the Eibar's goal, I think there was a slightly mistake of Malaga overlooking one player. I don't remember exactly who was position. Was it Malaga defender? They should have been there on midfielder, but he was totally left alone. But I definitely don't think a draw is bad against Eibar. I think looking at other teams who lost, I think a draw is not bad at all to start the season with.
I think um, I wasn't very happy with the Malaga result, if I'm honest. I think against the Eibar, who doesn't know who they are yet, or who haven't have a complete team, and with a lot of problems at their club, I think Malaga should have won. I think we had the players to win. I think it's a bad start for Malaga. I expected more, and even more in the opening game of the season, where the fans, I don't know. I think it's one of it's a. I think the opening match of the season is a very important match because that gives you a lot of confidence at the start of the season. And if you don't, I don't know. I just didn't think Malaga was good enough. I didn't think we have created enough, and I wasn't very happy about the result. Um, but we draw. We at least got a point, and I think that that's worth something as well.
Yeah.
Um, let's go to the news part because during that same match, Luismi left the pitch on a brancard, being stabilized. Didn't look very good on the pitch for me.
No.
Um, and his injury is from 3 to 5 months. I will look up what the injury is. Did you find out what the injury is?
I think it was something with his head with a concussion cuts. I'm not too sure. I'm
We
not
will.
too sure.
Can you look it up?
Yeah, I can look it up.
And today, Kike Perez showed up at the Feria de Málaga, uh, a thing Malaga does every year, and he basically closed the door to new signings because Malaga have passed their 11 million salary cap. Uh,
Luismi is a Luismi is a facial injury, serious facial injury.
yeah, which probably means that Malaga has no money left to sign any new players. What do you think, Tony?
I
With the injury of Luismi,
Also next month the under 20 World Cup will start, where we will lose Isa Merino for at least a month in Chile. So that is another midfielder out. Then with the injury of Ramon as well, we only have Totor and Juanpe in that position. What honestly I do think we need someone there. We need someone there, and I don't fully understand how the salary is gone already. I know Montero took a big impact on the salary cap because he's an important player for Santander. He was, and it probably cost us some money to convince him to come to us. But I still think I don't really understand that there is no serious option because I also thought we needed another winger. That's been said. So for me, definitely needed another feature, another signing. So I don't
I
really.
totally agree with you. And maybe this also should bring up the debate about what should Malaga do with Musa, Ramon, and Haitam. Because I think over the last 3 seasons, Malaga wasn't able to count on them. They had serious injuries, um, but they also get their salary even though they're injured. I think that's becoming a bit of a problem um, because it's 3 players which we can't count on. They're all three. I think I've showed enough love over the past 5 years for all three of them. Musa, I think, is a great defender, great center back. I think, and I've always said it, he could be in the position of Luismi. He could be that defensive midfielder because he has the pace, he has the defending skills. So I think that mix could make him a great center of a great defensive midfielder. Um, but he's also a lot injured, and the same counts for Ramon, who is a great midfielder. Maybe the best midfielder we have, apart from La Rubia, maybe at the moment. But I think a fit Ramon should always play in Malaga. And Haitam, well, the matches which he have played, he showed his the incredible shot he has.
Yeah, Aitam is also really big fan of him, and that's why it's so difficult to also speak about this because those are players that bring quality to the club, free academy players, but they're always injured. So
And
what
I
to
also
do?
think that it shows a lot, and I also respect that. It's something I like about Malaga, that Malaga keeps this player, keeps these players, and I don't know, respect them and defend them in a way that they got injured, and they not trying to get them apart from the club to save some money. But on the other hand, I mean, we are a professional football club. We have serious problems now with Isa Marino leaving for the World Cup, with Luismi being injured. What do you think? And that's also an option because Isa Marino could also say, "I'm not going to the World Cup." Is that option?
I think that is quite difficult because representing your country doesn't matter what level it is, what youth level it is. I think it's an honor and something you really want to do, and especially World Cup in Chile, playing against the best of your age. I think I would understand if he goes, but I also wouldn't mind rather have him to stay because he could also go there and get injured straight away, and then we have more problems.
Yeah. At the end of
So
the day, would you be? And I would project this on me. I don't think I would be happy going to a World Cup knowing that my team needs me or my club needs me,
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, it's Malaga who pays his salary,
yeah,
where his day-to-day football is, where his day-to-day career is, basically. I don't know. I
yeah,
think it's a interesting debate as well.
yeah, yeah.
And is Malaga willing to let him go? And can Malaga say something about it? I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. I think the decision goes ultimately to the player. Could Malaga restrict him from going? Probably, yeah, but I don't know how the Spanish the ref goes over that. How they will be happy with Malaga if they cancel him. So I don't know. I'd rather have Luis to stay. I'd rather have Isa Marino to stay because I think he showed enough quality already with this young age that he could 100% help the team out in that position, starting most of the games in preseason. I think it's a very important player for us already with his young age. So the experience to the World Cup could give him a lot of experience and could come back a stronger player. But now with injuries release me, with Ramon still being out, and now no money to sign any other player, it's difficult. It's difficult.
do we have also good news? Yes, we have good news. Um, the La Rubia contract situation is going well, and that frightens me a bit. And I'll explain you why. With Antonito, around this time, it also went very well. I think they're taking a lot of time again with renewing the contract of La Rubia. I'm not saying La Rubia is um, Antonito Cordero, but if press have to ask so many times how the deal is going, something is not really going well, is it?
Yeah, not yeah, it doesn't need to be, but La Rubia is a very important player for us, and I think definitely preseason he showed with scoring more goals. So we spoke about last week that he can take another step, and if he's on the contract out soon, there will be enough clubs that could make him a good offer. It's so much only of Malaga value you can have by yourself, like the love to Malaga. But if there's a big contract coming up from a big team in La Liga, who knows? Or a foreign team like Newcastle did with Cordero.
Yeah, and then end
So
up in Westerlo in Belgium.
yeah, I do think he will stay. I do think he will resign. I mean, sign a new deal. So I am fully confident in that. Way more confident than I am with the Cordero situation. As Cordero very changed agency right before to Sahavi. So I do think Lerubia will stay and sign a new deal and become the leader of this project.
Then some more news. Malaga released the second kit. What do we think?
I personally like it. Two critiques I have. One is the
Color
logo.
green?
The green is a little bit too minty. It should be a little bit more darker. Same with the purple. But my biggest complaint is with all the away kits that's nowadays is the logo in white. I don't understand why that nowadays we can't get a normal logo. I'm not a fan of that. That's a personal critique. I don't like it. But for the rest, I do love the kit. I do love the black with the Malaga flag colors, the purple and the green. I think that will always work well. And looking in history, those shirts have always done quite well. So that is
I
something I do like.
I think it's cool to step away a bit from the traditional purple and green. I don't mind the minty green. I think it looks fresh. It's still green. I mean, still the colors of the city.
Yeah,
What I don't like is I like the way how the shirt is. I mean, you have stripes, yeah, vertical stripes like in a how you call that in a
yeah. Diagonal line.
diagonal line. I like the colors like that. The only thing is, what I find a bit ugly is the patches on the shoulders, because it has the same green and same purple, which doesn't really work for me. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I do like a little bit to play around with those colors, and especially on the left on the bottom here. It's green, purple,
Yeah.
green, and then here purple. I do like that.
But
But
I don't like how it's coming along with the diagonal
yeah,
lines, the shoulders. The thing I do
yeah,
like, and that's the probably the one thing you don't see, it's in the neck. It says Tanto Monta, um, which traces back to the city, but also to the Malaga badge itself, because the TM in the
yeah.
Malaga logo is not a trademark. It stands for Tanto Monta. So the TM, the Tanto Monta, comes back in the neck. I think that is an amazing future. Um, but overall, I like the shirt. I think it's difficult because I saw the third one in the shop, or not in the shop. I saw it on the in the stadium last week, and it was looked amazing. So my favorites are the second and the third, but I'm leaning more towards the third than the second. And the home kit, I just don't. It's not really my thing. I have to be honest there.
That's fair. I do like the home kit. I've got it on right now. The only thing is the lines, the blue lines are maybe a little bit too light blue. For the rest, I do like the design. The third kit I haven't seen in person. In the images, the orange and the blue looked a little bit too Dragon Ball for me. But I did like it, and my favorite is the second one so far. But it could change because I haven't seen the last two, the second and away kit in person, so that might be different than seeing it on pictures.
I like the of the third. I like the Phoenician eye in it, and you barely see it, but when you know it's there, it's a really nice detail on the kit. Um, More news about the kits because Malaga has sold over 8,000 already this season.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's only the first league game just started. A lot of tourists that buy those shirts. A lot of Malagueños getting the shirt as well. It's getting more and more popular nowadays to see people with Malaga shirt. I remember when I was back in school, it was I was the only one with a Malaga shirt in my class. The rest was all Barcelona, Madrid, and I'm partially Geary. So it's nice to see now a lot of kids and young people with Malaga shirts. A lot of people in the city. It's becoming way more, uh, way more people doing it, and that is makes me very, very happy to see. Because back in the day, not even 10 years ago, a little bit less than 10 years ago, it was not like that at all.
I think it's good, and I think what could be a main reason for it is that they have the new shop in Calle Larios. So every tourist, everyone that comes off a cruise ship, and every tourist that comes into Malaga walks past the Malaga Club de Football shop. So I think
Yeah,
it will make a big difference that Malaga opened the shop here and not next to the Real Madrid shop and the Barcelona FC Barcelona club shop on Moya Uno.
yeah.
I think this is a great well a truck drives by. I think this is a great decision from the club to open a shop in the center, and I think there's no better place to open it than Calle Larios because the former shop was behind El Pimpi
Yeah.
and it was a bit hidden. And with
And
this
most
shop,
people wouldn't even know about it.
no, with this thing, the with this shop, it's right in Calle Larios, so everybody walks past it. So that's a good thing as well. Um, Another good thing is that we have another record, beaten record, and those are the season ticket holders. Because Malaga has a new record on season tickets being sold, and that's 26,600. And that is the max. Because Malaga obviously also want to keep some tickets uh, for selling them separately. Uh, for example, international Malaga fans who want to go to Malaga match.
Exactly, and I think it's very, very impressive number. Something also that didn't really happen 10 years ago. I remember back in the day it would be always the 12, 15,000 people that we were always there, and now that number has increased to a big margin. So I'll try to see if I can get all the stats of the other seasons, but yeah, it's crazy how the Malaga is growing so much, and also in the province, what is very nice to see. Very, very nice to see.
And then I think we covered all the news for this week, and we're going to look up to next Sunday when Malaga will play at 9:30 in La Rosaleda. A horrible time for people who have to work on Monday.
Yeah.
I don't really get it. Um, but of course, I'll have to go because that's a thing as well. We have to attend, although the hour isn't really great, where we play against Real Sociedad B. And how much do you know about Real Sociedad B, Tony?
Not too much. I was watching their promotion game last season against Nastic, and they had some good players there. I can't name anyone at the moment. I do think it's always with those B teams, it's kind of like a question mark because they could be very good, or at least do a decent job, or they could be straight down, like Real Sociedad B did a couple of years ago, where we were lucky that we didn't relegate because the other teams did not get enough points.
I will tell you one thing. I don't know anything about Real Sociedad B, neither. But who does know everything on Segunda is Alex of the Spanish Segunda show. Let's listen to Alex.
Malaga take on Real Sociedad B this weekend, and wow, isn't it great to have B teams back in Segunda? Thinks and said. Nobody, I'm not sure that anybody's really happy that they're here taking a place away from other first teams being promoted to Segunda División. But now they're here, they are going to enjoy it. And they did enjoy their debut back in the division last weekend, opening up with a 1-0 victory over Real Zaragoza. Now, they took on a lot of pressure in that game. Real Zaragoza taking the game to them, even though they were away from home. The goalkeeper making a number of saves. So, although they do have a lot of undoubtable quality on the ball, this is an opportunity for Malaga really to pick up all 3 points, but don't think it's going to be easy. As I said, some of the future stars of Spanish football are playing in this 11, and a number of the best players have stayed with the B team and not been promoted up to the A team this season. A couple have moved on up. I'll be there in La Rosaleda this weekend to see it. So anybody that's listening that's going to be in Bar Hermano, Hermanos Madrid, I will see you there pre-game, and it's going to be an intriguing one, that is for sure.
Good. I'm scared a bit.
Yeah, I do think it's a game that is mandatory to win. Anything else than a win is a failure. It's again at home, second game in a row. Even though, yeah, they beat Zaragoza, what every year is also a question mark. Zaragoza, they could be all very good. Start normally very good and end up with us fighting for relegation. But yeah, I have no idea, to be honest. I do think we should win. Definitely should try to win as them being a newly promoted side. But yeah, I am a little bit nervous, but I do trust that we should win this game.
I totally agree. Maybe the nerves of playing the first match of the season in La Rosaleda didn't help. And maybe um, the second match, the nerves are a bit gone. And we can enjoy the football in La Rosaleda. Would you start with the same 11? I think you're starting with Dani Sanchez instead of Victor. You are starting with Puga, I think.
Yeah, Alfonso, of course, in goal. Probably Montero and Pastor. I did like Pastor last week against Eibar, played very well. Then probably midfield will Isa Merino still there, so he will probably play in Blisming's position. Then with the Dottor next to it. The main change I would do is or take Lobete out and put Joaquin in there. I think Joaquin brings something that the other players can't. Maybe have Lobete in a more attacking role, but Joaquin needs to be in there for me. With La Rubia on the other side, Joaquin on the left, and Nino up front. And then
I
that
think
position could be swapped between Lobete and Chupete, one of those two.
I totally agree with you. I think the moment Joaquin came on the pitch, we got more dangers again. And if you would ask me, I don't actually didn't understand why we didn't start with Joaquin because he was one of the players
Me
I
neither.
expected to be on the pitch
Yeah.
in the starting 11. So that's the thing. I think I agree with you. There's not much debating going on this week.
No. No, and yeah, then the only question is Lobete or Chupete. You obviously made your statement before. Didn't like Chupete last week that much. I would love to see him starting with Nino instead of coming on later because I do think he brings something else that Nino doesn't have. But I also do like Lobete. I was not too big fan of Danny Lorenzo last week when he came on.
I
So
agree with you there as well.
so for me, it's between always start with two strikers, Nino behind Chupete or Chupete behind Nino, and then Joaquin and then La Rubia on the wings. For me, that is 100% secure. What needs to happen is La Rubia on one wing, Joaquin on another wing, and Alfonso on goal. Those are the three positions that are locked 100% for me, at least
Interesting.
for now.
A
Could
prediction?
always change. Prediction. I think it's time to open score, and it would be nice at 3-0.
That sounds pretty well actually. I will say 2-1. I think that is a good result for me this week. And then we go to the thing I like most about it because we all support another team and we have a little league going on. We predicted last week's results of our other teams, and here are the results. Kilmarnock against Dundee United. Kilmarnock won. Leeds Everton. Leeds won 1-0. Was it a penalty? Was it not a penalty?
I was watching the game, but I forgot what the penalty was. I saw there was a lot of debate on after, especially in the group chat, but
For me, it wasn't.
I don't remember it. I was watching the game on a second screen. I was doing some other stuff and had it on the side, so I don't really remember, so I can't really say.
But Leeds won. Grosserspach against Bayer Leverkusen ended in 0-4, and Ajax Go Ahead Eagles ended in a 2-2. Yes. And Feyenoord won against Excelsior away 1-2. So that leaves the standings of the first week with Sergio 4 points. I think he's our youngest person in the group, and they always probably know best about football. Then it's Chris, Paul, and Joe with 3 points, and Tony has only 2 correct answers.
Yeah, not good.
Before we are doing ours, we added a member. We forgot about Alex last week, and he didn't reply. But we added Yeovil Town as well, as Alex supports Yeovil Town. Let's start with Alex results for this week. Arsenal 2, Leeds 0. Bayern Leverkusen 2, Hoffenheim 1. Ajax 3, Heracles 0. Feyenoord doesn't play this week. And Yeovil Town against Brackley Town 1-1. And he didn't want to. And Dundee are not playing this week, so we have two teams which aren't playing this week. Paul says Arsenal wins against Leeds, Bayer Leverkusen wins against Hoffenheim, Ajax wins against Heracles, and Yeovil will win against Brackley. He's being very nice to the Gearcast members this week, Paul. Then Sergio, Arsenal Leeds 1-1. He's very confident. Bayern Leverkusen 2, Hoffenheim 1, Ajax 3, Heracles 2, and Yeovil Town 1, and Brackley Town 2. So win for Brackley Town. Then Joe says Leeds will win against Arsenal. Hoffenheim will win against Leverkusen 1-2. Ajax will win against Heracles, and Yeovil will play 1-1 against Brackley. Tony, are you ready for yours?
I'll make Rob on the spot. Arsenal Leeds.
Wait. I have to type them. Arsenal
Write them down. Draw. I think a draw. I think Leeds with coming up gives it excellent motivation the first games. I do think they have a strong squad this season. And even though Arsenal is Arsenal, they probably will win. But I will say draw.
Okay.
Then Leverkusen, Hoffenheim. Yeah, I don't really know too much. Even though Ten Hag is a Leverkusen now, could mean anything. I would probably say a draw there between Leverkusen and Hoffenheim. A lot of draw this weekend. Ajax Heracles. Yeah, Ajax must win because Heracles has been not that great this season. Losing twice in a row, conceding 4 goals each game. And even though Ajax wasn't great against Go Eagles is still a very strong team who won the cup last year. And did a very great match against PSV in the Johan Cruijffschaal. So I do think Ajax will win there. And then Javelin Town against Brackley. Win for Javelin Town.
Yeovil win.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are your scores?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I first wanted to wait everyone's. I will say Arsenal win. I just can't imagine Leeds winning or drawing against. I will say, what did Joe say? I will say Leverkusen will win.
Hey, copying other people's result now, eh?
Ajax.
Yeah.
Ajax. It hurts saying, but they will win. And Yeovil, I think a draw. I think we have them all. Sergio's leading, but that is only after 1 week. Tony, I'm going to thank you for this episode, for joining me. And as we always say and end with, Vamos Malaga.